In the last class, we have discussed on the configuration of warehouse structure elements in which we came up to the storage type. We have discussed on the various storage types which are available in the extended warehouse management. Okay, we have gone through all the roles of the we understood through the process, okay, from receiving the transportation unit, unloading, and then put away, and then further picking, and then it reaches to the staging area, and then we'll dispatch. These all transit levels. We have multiple places. The parts and material will move through. Okay, so those all are the places which are called as like the storage types, and which will be created as a storage type and given the role for that. Okay, so here, so we have the multiple roles here. So in the storage type role, we identify that one. Okay, if it is a standard storage type, it is means like where the final destination, like I mean where the put away level destination bin and the picking level source bin, that is okay, wherein we'll keep the stock. Okay, and then further we have the staging areas, and then we have the doors, yard, work center. Okay, these all things will be coming to the yard. Where doors will be having the configuration part, staging area configuration part. At that time we'll have a clear idea. Work center means like where the deconsolidation or the packing will happen. Okay, that is like where it is a place where some human resources will work, and then they'll do the deconsolidation means like segregation. They'll segregate, and then if they have to pack that one, they'll pack that one in the work center. That is also created as a storage type and given the role. Okay. And further to that one, we have the HU requirement. HU requirement means like the handling unit requirement. Handling unit management itself is a separate module in logistics general. Okay, so the handling units which are created, it is like it's not mandatory. Extended warehouse management can work without the handling units also. It is not a requirement. Okay, HU is allowed but not a requirement. HU is a requirement. Okay, these are the two options. Most of the time we will see if the business is using the handling units. Okay, so here now in S4 HANA you will see a change. Like earlier days, whenever EWM is used, means like they are using the handling units. Okay, so they'll have the number of products are very high, and as well as they are using the handling unit management, wherein it will directly flow to the exchange warehouse management once it is created. The choose the requirement there was there. So now many of the businesses which will be using, that means who are all using the standard WM also, logistics execution LEWM also, they'll be also using this one as it is the recommended one by the exchange warehouse management is a recommended warehouse management for S4HANA. Okay, at that time you will see the HUs like they are not a requirement also, that also up. If the business is not using the handling units, you have to give this option. If the handling units are used, you have to give this option here. Okay, so and then further maximum bins like, so you can leave this one in a business, like in a high rack supposed to be, you can have multiple thousands of bins also. Okay, if you just leave this one, system will take as many as possible. Okay, further to that one, in the storage type, we have the important thing is at the put away control level. Okay, so put away control level means when we do the put away, means here when we unload the parts and material from here, there will be a task which is executed. Okay, that means it is created, will be taking the parts from here and placing it here. That is the put away process. Okay, in the put away process, once we have taken the parts of metal here, and then from there once we place here, we have to confirm that one. That means the warehouse control should be there, like warehouse should have the control on the product movement, otherwise system will automatically confirm. That's why we'll be checking this box, so that the confirmation system will ask for the confirmation. And then once confirmed only means like the parts or material reach to the final bin, then we'll give the confirmation. And one more thing also, we have to be very clear that the parts or material which are existing in the bin, whatever the stock the system is showing, it the exact stock need to be there in the bin. For that one also, whatever the placement which we are doing, that is put away is we are doing, it need to have a clear confirmation. Okay. And then HU type check. HU type check means like once HUs are allowed, that means the business is using the handling units, handling unit will have a size. Okay, I'll show you here. So here you can see that HU type. Okay, there are two types of HU type, P1 and P2. You can just see the size of the handling unit. Okay. So here the size matters means like we have the bin type also in further configuration level. When we talk about the bin, when we come to the storage bins, we'll be discussing on the bin type also. Okay. So the handling unit type means like the size of the handling unit. Size of the handling unit will be just like this. So you can see here, you can see the multiple handling units. So suppose if this pallet is a handling unit, this pallet so this is a little bit bigger than this one. Okay. So that is the one. And even a carton is also considered as a handling unit. So handling units are multiple handling units together will become a handling unit. That is a nested handling unit. That's all in the handling unit management. So here you need to have the, because the bin size should be bigger than the HU type, HU size. Okay, type is nothing but the size. Okay, size can be like, it is, if you see this bin, for example, this bin is like 2 meter by 1.5 meter, for example. Okay, so this pallet size is like supposed to be, it has the depth also, depth is 1 meter, for example. Okay, so 1 meter width, 1 meter depth, and then 1.25 meter height, for example. Okay, it is, you will be able to place this one inside. And then this is 1 meter by depth 1 meter and the height 1 meter, for example. So these two are the HU type sizes. Okay, how this HU type is created according to the size of the handling unit. Okay. So that is HU type check. When we check this one, system will check for the HU type when it is creating the put away task, and because it will determine the bin, right? So according to the HU type, has to determine the bin also. Okay. Then we have the put away rules are there, which are important. So put away rules mainly will be seeing these two: addition to existing stock and the next empty bin. Okay. So addition to existing stock and the next empty bin, which are the at the final bin level. Most of the time when we determine the determination of the storage type and storage bin at the inbound delivery level is like, will be determining, the system will determine the destination bin and destination storage type. At the picking level, it will determine the source storage type and source storage bin. So for these two, while we are placing the stock, we have the strategy. That means the strategy level is like addition to existing stock and empty bin. I'll show you the addition to existing stock and empty bin, how the system will behave when we use this strategy. So this is the addition to existing stock. You can see here, say supposed to be, this guy is trying to place the stock in the bin where the already a stock is existing. That's why system is allowing the stock. This is addition to existing stock. Okay. So addition to existing stock is used when most of the places, because it will give the feasibility to the business. Like business can use, that means here two things: system level and the physical level. So supposed to be when this person, when this human resource is trying to place the stock inside the bin, he'll able to see this one, right? will able to see whether this particular handling unit can fit in this one or not. Okay, so that is a parameter which he can guess. Okay, but from the system point of view, so if you allow, if you give this strategy to allow the addition to existing stock, then only it will allow, otherwise system will not determine that bin. Okay, so that's why, to give the more feasibility to the business. Okay, where it's not like where in some of the business will have the huge number of bins and the facility will be there. Some of the business will have related to the requirement only, they will have the bins. Okay, so and one more thing at the warehouse management is like optimization of the space. Okay, so the advantage is like optimizing the warehouse space will reduce the cost. Okay, so that's where we use the addition to existing stock. So once addition to existing stock is used, system will allow in the bin to place the stock. Okay. Then further to that, we have the empty bin strategy. So here, when system is suggesting the next empty bin always. Okay, so here there are two business cases. Like, there is supposed to be business has got the bins level. Okay, they have number of plenty of the bins. Okay, so then you can opt for the empty storage bin always. Otherwise, if the bin size is created, say supposed to be, if this bin, this is like this pallet is like, say supposed to be 1 meter in width, depth, and height. Okay, it is one by one by one. Okay, for example, the bin is created as like the 1.25 by 1.25 by 1.25. So this only can fit the size of the handling unit, one handling unit. Okay, then the next level which will go is like it has to choose for a next bin only, because it cannot fit. The person who is checking the bin also can see that it cannot fit. Okay, so at that level, if the bin structure is created in that way, if the hierarchy is, say supposed to be here, the hierarchy is created in such a way that it is 1.25, depth 1.25, and the height 1.25. At that time, you can fit only one handling unit inside there. Okay, so that where we'll have the next empty bin will come in place. So these are the two main strategies which we'll be using at the put away level. That is rules, put away rules. And then addition to existing stock has further parameters. Okay. So addition to existing stock is permitted. Addition to existing stock generally not permitted. Okay. These are the two things which you will see. So when you have used the next empty bin strategy, you will say that the next addition to existing stock is generally not permitted. When you are using the strategy addition to existing stock, you can give the addition to existing stock is permitted. So further to that, in the mixed storage, mixed storage means like multiple parts or material with multiple batches will be there in the business. Okay, so whether the system will allow or not. So if you give mixed storage without limitations, this option can be given where there is no such importance with the material or part with the batch or the kind of that means when it is procured or so such thing. Means like some of the parts like supposed to be automobile industry, you have small parts like screws, nuts, bolts, and all. They are not perishable parts. Okay, they can be used. Okay, and then multiple sizes of the bolts and nuts and some of the small and medium sized parts can be placed together, then you can give the mixed storage without limitations. So and one more thing is like we have an option several non-mixed HUs with same product and batch. This will be given when you have the stringent batch management where the highest, there is a parameter of highest importance of the product and batch level. Okay, so in food and beverages, pharma, they'll have the main importance at the batch level, and FMCG also, some of the products at the FMCG also. So by that time, this batch really makes a difference. So that's why they, you should not mix the handling units with that means even with the same product might be there, but the batch is mismatching. That also you cannot keep. That's why you will be able to keep the same batch and the same product level stock only in a bin. Okay, and then further to that we have several HUs with different batches of the same product. Okay, in some of the parts of products in the batch it doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, then some was supposed to be some of the uh, electronic consumer durables will be there. By that time it doesn't make much of a difference, you can keep the stock. Okay, so that's where you will have the. And one more thing, one HUL, as I mentioned, if the bin size is created in such a way you will be able to keep one HU only, then you will have the one HU per bin. Okay, so this is what is the important field which we have at the stock put available. And then we have the stock removal level. Stock removal is like we have the confirmation of the removal as the same when we pick the parts or material from the storage type. When we are doing the picking part, from there we'll be placing it here. By the time when we place it here, we need to give the confirmation that the picking is done. Okay, once the picking is confirmed, then the stock will get reduced from that particular bin. Means that when we place the stock will be added. Okay, if for example this is existing, is 50 existing stock is there, when we add 10 it will become 60. System will have a stock, it will show as after confirmation 60 is the stock. When we pick for another 10 from the same bin, okay, then it will reduce the stock to 50 after the confirmation. Okay, so the stock removal will have a checkbox here at the confirmation level. Okay, and then availability group for the standard is like will be it is available per sale, because when we place this one means like this is a goods are completely level, we can put tick the stock and we can issue for the outbound delivery level. Okay, so these are the options which we have. And then we have some of the things like fixed bin storage. Okay, fixed bin storage is an option like wherein business will have, some of the business will use. Okay, fixed bin is also a final bin. Okay, wherein the I'll show you here. Let's see. So it's a fixed bin strategy. Okay, so fixed bin when we have given, we'll have the fixed bin at the part or material level. Okay, we'll give suppose we on A material is there, suppose this is one AE material is there, this bin is fixed for this A material. Okay, so it will allow all the time, that means you will keep all the stock there and you'll be picking from there only. Okay, and then for the same as another bin, one BB, the BB material will be stored there in the uh, same bin. Okay, it's a fixed bin for that material. Okay, then for fixed bin we'll be having some of the space at the nearby the fixed bin also. Near fixed bin is like, because once we have a fixed bin means we'll be always picking from the bin itself. For example, we have 100 number stock is there available. Okay, and then we'll have a replenishment control, like I mean, if it has reached to the 20, it need to be replenished again. Means like you need to add more stock. For that one, we'll be keeping the bins near to the fixed bin area. For example, this bin, this is fixed for A. Then you have a just behind that only we have a space wherein we'll store this material. Okay, that is a near fixed bin area. Then we can easily replenish the parts of A to the bin once it has reached to the level. Because otherwise, what happens is like this bin is a fixed bin. We have 100 stock and then it is moving. Okay, from here then 100 is becomes 0. By the time if we realize that it has 0 quantity, then the issue will come up like will not be able to complete the picking part, and then we need to do that replenishment there. Then it will take the time, it will give that means it will increase the lead time of completing the outbound delivery. So that's why they'll always have this is like most of the time this is manually managed with the warehouse level, because they'll have a continuously they'll be monitoring the bins which are at the fixed bin level, and then they'll do the replenishment part. Okay. We have further staging area bins are also there, and then production supplies also. Production supplies like wherein when we have the production lines are there, multiple production lines will be there. For them, we need to supply the raw materials. At that time, we'll be the providing the parts and material for the production. They'll have the production order created. Based on the production order, the material requirement will be there. That requirement will be created as a reservation, and then it will hit us with the
I have one
extra.
question.
Yeah.
In fixed wing, do we have any checkbox which says it's a fixed wing?
Do we have any? I
Any field or any checkbox inside the storage type which tell us it's a fixed wing?
here you can see this.
Use fixed wing. So where we are going to maintain this fixed wing?
It depends on the requirement. The storage type which is showing that okay, this is a standard storage type which is created for the fixed bin. Okay, here you will check it as like the use as fixed bins.
This fixed wing mode. What is this one?
Yeah, which one?
Fixed wings mode
Here it
under
is
this.
fixed bin
Yeah,
mode.
this
So you want to fixed bin mode means nothing but if you want to check this one.
optimum fixed file.
So these are the two options. Like when you give it as blank, put away to optimum fixed bin storage only. So here optimum is nothing but the maximum utilization. That's it. Okay. So here we are using this option as blank, means like the put away to optimum fixed bins only. Means like whatever that means here also you can see the addition to existing stock or the it is given. Okay, so you'll be able to give the place the maximum stock as I mentioned here, we'll give you an option for the fixed bin. Will allow the
Foreign material,
yeah, for a
foreign
material only. Supposed
material.
to be a
How
material
can
is
we
there.
see?
We have created this as a fixed bin for that one. So we'll give optimum usage of the bin is like as maximum as possible. Means like as many products which we can keep there. Okay. So we'll use the addition to existing stock there, and then we'll be placing that one as an example. I have given like say supposed to be 100 stock is there. We'll be able to place that one 100 stock, and then more than that stock we'll be placing it in the to the near put away is a fixed bin put away. You'll always place the stock here. So supposed to be this as I mentioned, we are using the addition to existing stock. So while placing this one, the more than 100 capacity which is filled, look, for example, there's no space in it. That's where what they do is like they'll be taking this material and then we'll maintain a near fixed bin area. This will allow them to place the stock here. Okay, once this bin has more than 100, the space while they just look at that one, there is no space. So then automatically they'll move this material here, and then they'll try to replenish when the stock level has been reduced. Okay, that's what
Correct,
I mentioned in the addition to existing stock. Also, addition to existing stock is like System will allow that one. Okay, we are not giving any parameter for the system to restrict, but the user or the people at the warehouse, they know that how much they can keep, because it is a space, right? So for example, here if you see, if this has the capacity to take these three, it is very much clear that we'll not be able to place anything further here, right? So that's how it operates.
But how we are going to set this near fixed win strategy?
So near fixed bin, you will create a storage type, okay, just behind that only. So you'll name this one as a near fixed bin, and then the material VAA which is there, you'll place it here. Okay, so this is like you'll have a
So,
next empty bin strategy kind of a stuff. Okay, so then automatically any of the bins
okay.
which are there, you'll be able to place the stock.
One question,
Yeah,
if you are setting the manual one, like one story type,
yeah.
so it's a, the operator has to pick it always manually. So system won't propose that near fixed.
System will system will propose the near fixed bin. Okay, when they see this one, this is a filled one. Okay, then they'll opt for a new bin here. Fixed bin one,
So
you'll
that's what
in
in the
the
system,
manually
the
you'll have the,
system,
yeah.
in the config level where we have this control.
This is the control is like we'll give the option to change the bins manually at the task level. When the task is created, if they'll have the change, they'll be able to change that one. Okay, in the storage type level, you'll not have that control. When the task is created, manually they'll be
Uh,
able to give this one. When the fixed strategy is there, so at that time they can pick that one. So here we are giving use this one as a fixed bin, and the mode is like to the maximum this one, and then the put away rule is the this. Okay, at this level we'll have this level. Okay, and then when they are placing the stock, okay, by that time if that particular bin is having the full of the stock, then automatically they'll be changing the bin where they have to move the stock, and then they'll move that one. It is
so
done according to
it's
the system.
always manual intervention, correct?
Yeah,
So it's always a manual intervention
yeah,
from
yeah,
the
yeah,
operator.
yeah. At that level, manual intervention will be there.
Okay. And this tick mark is showing like use fixed bins.
Yeah,
So we can have multiple fixed bin for one material.
yeah, yeah. See, by in a fixed bin strategy, there are two levels. You will use a fixed bin for multiple materials also. That is also possible. See, say there is one big bin you have created. In that one, multiple parts you can buy. Suppose 4 or 5 parts they have there. They all you will see some of the warehouses like they'll be using all the parts in the fixed bin level only. Okay, so if for 4 or 5 materials also you can keep one fixed bin. So
And
that by that
one
time,
for one material we can keep 4 to 5 bins, fixed bins.
no. In a one fixed bin you will be able to keep 4 to 5 materials. One to many. One fixed bin to many materials.
One to many. Okay.
Yeah.
Not many to one.
So many to one is also like then it will become a different strategy, right? It is like a next time to bin strategy kind of stuff.
Okay.
So fixed bin strategy is like one fixed bin to many materials. So some of the warehouses will have this one, like they'll not be using any other strategy. They'll be using all the fixed bin only, but in one fixed bin they'll keep multiple parts. That also will be there. See, supposed to be when physically, when warehouse management, when you see, you just need to imagine physically, we have a fixed bin create. So for the in the materials, we are maintaining the fixed bin. Okay, then automatically it is going to that particular bin. All the material, 4 or 5 materials are there. So system will determine that particular bin when it has to be picking or the put away, they'll place, because in that one they'll have the segregation. So supposed to be four, they have kept 4 boxes kind of some this is possible at you'll see in the discrete manufacturing or automobile industry, you'll see this kind of things will be happening. Okay. So at that time, what they'll be having is like 4 5 bins is supposed to be some of the small and medium sized parts will be there. They'll keep 4 to 5 boxes kind of stuff in the bin, and then they'll be placing that one. While picking also, they'll be picking from that particular one because they'll be able to visible, right? They'll be able to see those things. So that's where. In most of the time, you will see this fixed bin strategy is applied or used at small and medium sized parts or material level. Okay, so that's where. And then some of the FG level also, you will see this one, this particular material will directly be going to the particular bin, and then they'll be picking it from there where the batch management and all are not there. When the batch management is there, supposed to be at the FG level, so you will have different bins. Okay, so mainly this fixed bin usage will be workable at the small and medium sized parts at the most of the industries which are at the manufacturing or automobile. Those kind of industries you will have a more usage of these fixed bins. Okay. Further to that, we have the storage section. Storage section is something which is like we will be creating the storage type. For example, this is a storage type which is a hierarchy storage type. Okay, in that one we have the storage section 000001, storage section 0002, and it is for the fast moving. This is the identical like standard level fast moving items and slow moving items. Okay, so and then further we have the small parts and the medium sized parts. Okay, so these are the multiple things which we will see. Okay, so one second. Okay, here you can see one second. Okay, so here a storage section is an organizational subdivision of a storage type which joins together the storage bins with similar attributes for the purpose of putaway. The criteria for joining these bins together can be defined in any way. For example, heavy parts, bulk parts, fast moving and slow moving. These are the identical things which a storage type can be further segregated. For example, if you see here, it is a storage section in a particular. Here I will show you. This is, for example, in the hierarchy storage type. This is one storage section. This is one storage section. You can keep like this. Okay. In this entire one, we have there is a multiple different uses of the storage sections. In some of the businesses, they'll take the storage sections with the product line. Okay, this one product line is kept here. Example A, B. This A product line is kept here. That is a storage section they have created, and then B product line is created. They are keeping in this particular section, so they'll keep this one. So means like they'll be able to clearly identify or pick that for this particular product line they are keeping it here only. Okay, so that's where the storage section will have the usage will happen. And some of the times what happens is like the bins will have the till here say supposed to be till we have, this is the opening of the bin, or for example the high rack. Okay, so this side they'll be moving and they'll be coming back inside. Okay, this is a dead end for example. So at that time, this till this area they'll keep it as the fast moving rack, fast moving section, and then behind they'll keep it as a slow moving, because it is easy to pick from the here. Okay, so they need not travel this distance. Okay, that is also one of the things which will happen. Here in this one you can see the fast moving is section is kept in the front and the slow moving in the behind, because the path which need to be traveled will get reduced when we keep the fast moving items in the front line. Okay, so this is how the storage sections are created. Storage section is like, in particularly, if you are not creating anything, one storage section is automatically as a total storage section. In further, if you want to create multiple things also, you'll be able to create. Only thing is like you just need to copy and then give the storage section. Okay, so then automatically storage section is created. And further to that one, we have the storage type. Storage bins are there. So storage bins are like, we have here, you can see the storage bin is there. Okay, storage bin has got the coordinates. Storage type consists of selection of storage spaces which are called as storage bins. The storage bin is the smallest spatial unit in a warehouse. Okay, the means like it is the final place where we store the parts or material. Okay, therefore the storage bin represents the exact position in the warehouse products and or can be stored. Since the address of the storage bin is frequently derived from a coordinate system, the a storage bin is often referred to as a coordinate. For example, coordinate 01, 02, 03 could be storage bin in aisle 1, stack 2, and level 3. I'll show you here how it's been written. Okay, so for example, this space which is an arrow space, this is called as aisle, AISLE, that is a aisle. Okay, in the aisle, and then the here you'll have it here. And the bins, whatever the horizontal ones is like, this is from this post to this post, whatever the horizontal is there, those are called as the stacks. Okay, here from here, first stack, second stack, third stack, fourth stack, this one come as a horizontal. The level will come vertically: first level, second level, third level, fourth level, fifth level, sixth level. Practically also, this is the way you will have the hierarchies created. So in this one you will have the aisle, stack, and then levels vertically. So this coordinate system will go like this. Here I'll show you one more. Here if you see, this is the second one. Okay, here you have a bin here. Okay, here you see the aisle is 0 to aisle. This aisle, whatever the place where you'll be able to travel, the human resource can be traveled is the aisle. Okay, and then we have the 0 to is like the stack. This is the second stack. First stack, second stack, horizontal. Second stack, level, first level, second level, third level, second 0 to. This is one of the kind of system which the warehouse will follow, creating the coordinate system. This will give a clear, it's a kind of direct path to the bin. Okay, so they know what are the number of ways they have. Once they know, if you see that the it's a kind of lane system. In the roads and all, we have first lane, second lane. In the same way, in the warehouse also they'll create the lanes like first lane, second lane, in the same first aisle, second aisle, third aisle. Okay, they'll know that which is the aisle. 0 to is the aisle. Okay, then they'll reach to that 0 to means like second stack. Okay, and they'll reach here up to here, and then level 3 and above. Okay, that's how they'll be able to use that one. In the same way, I'll show you here. The person will directly reach here, and then he'll pick the part by just looking at that one, and then he'll place. That means he'll confirm, that means he has picked that one or he has placed that one. This is how one of the kind. And you can give any kind of a number also. It's not like this is the only system can be followed. Okay, so you can give normal number range also. Some of the warehouses will have a different numbering system also. They, it is as like the business. Okay, in storage bin is like it is completely master data. As like if we see in this one, we have in a warehouse you will see these many number of bins are there. This is okay. So they'll only know how it's been placed and how they want to give the naming and all. Okay, so that is the master data team will be there. They'll be creating the bins. Okay, they'll have the numbering given to the number of bins what they have, and then accordingly they'll create that one. Okay, so the bin which will be created from, I'll show you the creation of the bin. I'll show you a bin, and then I'll show you how to create a bin for us, for our purpose in the IDS level. Here easy access, logistics, and then extend warehouse management, master data. Here you have the storage bin. Okay. Here the three things which will be useful is like LS01 will create the bin. Okay, LS03 is for the display purpose. Okay. So in IDS when we create is like some of the bins only you need to create, so that we'll have that in the process will not have much of an issue. We will directly uh, business level master data when they create, there'll be a business bins can be like some of the business will have few thousand, some of the business will may having many thousands, some more than 100K bins also if the warehouse is so huge. Okay, so it all depends on the warehouse how they have. So I'm displaying a bin here. Okay, so when we display the bin, you'll have in the storage bin, you have these all things. Storage bin is created in a storage type under storage section. Okay, so and then we'll have the stock. So stock is like you have a product, and then what is the available quantity. Okay, what is the stock type is up to, which is a stock, which is like for the completely available stock. Okay, and then physical inventory is like whenever they do the physical inventory. We have discussed that before also. Every part will have a physical inventory. They'll do that. Okay, so the bin has got say supposed to be currently existing stock is two is available according to the warehouse level. Okay, according to the IM level, like if they have four number of stock. Okay, so these two will have a kind of variance, like I mean, where difference if they have some of the damages will happen or some of the issue has happened with those parts, then they have to do the physical inventory. So they have to match always with the inventory management level stock with the warehouse level stock. For that one we'll have a inventory processes there. Whenever it is created, the inventory document level information will be here. Okay, then sectioning is normally most of the time it will not be used. Statistic means like when we have a warehouse task is created, what is the last warehouse task which is created on this particular bin also it will show. Okay, and then activity areas, further configuration level will create the warehouse activity level also. In this particular bin what all the activities can be done. Okay, so internal warehouse movements, inventory picking, and then put away. Okay, and then replenishment, and these are the things which in the next level of configuration we'll discuss on the activities and the activity areas. So this particular A010 is the activity area. This particular bin is coming under. Okay, so and then warehouse task. If any warehouse tasks are pending for this bin, okay, that is the one. And this is the production supply. To production supply any of the tie, any of the metal need to be given, that is also will be available. Okay. This is all the information. You will get a lot of information from checking the bin light. Okay, so then you'll have all the related information to this bin, and then when we try to create the bin is like to try to change this one. I have given a name. It's like randomly I have given a name. Okay, I'm just I'll just enter and it will ask for the storage type. Storage type S0 other one, and then I'll enter and then I'll say okay, the bin has been created. Okay, then I'll display. So the bin is created and then we're able to display that bin. Okay, then have the stock. This is all because it's a newly created bin. Okay, you can create the bins like this by just going to the ls01 slash n slash scw slash ls01. Through that you can create the bins. Okay, this is one of the way you can easily create the bins, and then whatever for your practice you can do that. And then so further to that, bin will have a bin type. Bin type is something like the size. As I mentioned before, for the handling unit type also we have the sizes. In the same way, bins also has got the sizes. So the same explanation what we have seen here, like the bin type, the handling unit size. This is the handling unit size, and the bin size is nothing but bin type is nothing but, for example, this 2 meter by 1.5 meter. This is the one. This is the stock size of the bin. Okay, so here according to the system standard level, we have multiple kinds of sizes here. This is a block size 1, block size 2, location height 1 meter, location height 2 meters. Okay, so parking space in a ad also will be a bin. Okay, when we create ad as a storage type, under the ad whatever the sizes. It's supposed to be parking size in the parking spaces. We'll see like in one of the open parking areas, there will be multiple things, multiple spaces. Very heavy vehicle can have a large space, and then a small car will have a normal space, and SUV will have a different space. So this is like accordingly also you'll have the parking spaces created. Just like you'll see the yellow lines are dotted on that one. In the apartments also we'll see we'll have the yellow lines and all. So in the same way this is created. Okay. And then we have mainly the sizes is this is the standard one which is maintained in the business system. You will see most of the time like this. It will have the size is shown here like 2 meter by 1.5 meter. Okay, or else 1 meter by 2 meters. Okay, and it will have the depth also. Size will have the depth also. So here supposed to be this block size 1 is there. I'll just show you. This block size 1 is there. If we go into the details, it will have the maximum weight it can take and the maximum volume it can take. Volume is like nothing but the three dimensions: length, breadth, and height. Multiply together volume. And then what is the maximum capacity? To have the length, width, and the height. These details will be there. Most of the time in a maintenance, when you are in a support project, you will have the bin types will be coming as a CRs, change request kind of a stuff. Means whenever they have created new bin types, okay, so it is a continuously they'll because they'll have a different product came up or different HU sizes they are taking. Okay, multiple things will happen. By that time, you will see that they are going to say supposed to be this is the bins which are existing with them. they want to change this one. Okay, they want they already they have this one, they created a similar kind of a hierarchy structure, but with another dimension like 2 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, or 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter, 1.2, some different multiple kinds of dimensions. Okay, so that way at that time they'll, because when you try to create the bin, that means the bins type has got an issue there, you'll not be able to place the stock in that bin. The system will not determine that bin type. So that's why it need to be created. The bin type need to be created in the system. So that's where you will have the CR, because this is a configuration which part you have to do. Bins, in the bins mainly, bin types are created by the consultant, by us through the configuration, and the mass data is created by the mass data team. Okay, that is at the bins level. Further to that, we have the staging areas. Staging areas are like, we have the inbound level staging area, mainly these two, 9010, 9020. This is the inbound level, this is the outbound level. Okay, so I'll show you here. And you see here, you have a inbound area. This is a staging area 9010, and then 9020, which is a staging area for the outbound level. This is at the inbound level, this is at the outbound level. Means like, this is at the inbound level, this is a 9010. This is a standard storage type. 9010 is a staging area for the inbound level. This is a standard storage type. But if the business has got any different thing, you just need to copy and then change. Okay, so that is most of the time you'll see the, it is used as the standard one only, 9010 as a inbound level staging area, and then 9020 as a outbound level staging area. So here when you see in the system, so we have the 9010, 9020. Okay. So in the 9010 we have it is in the configuration 9010 for the warehouse level, 9010 is assigned, and it will have the, it is a section under that one section will be there. Okay, that is 0001, and then it is used for the ZR, goods receipt level. We have checked in boxes here. Okay, and then we have 9020, mainly in 9020 we have checked at the goods issue level. Okay, so this is a place where we will be staging at the goods issue level. Okay, so then we have a rule here, loading rule, which is called, it is there at the goods issue level, at the outbound level. Here we have the two options, which are mainly, you will use this second option, because most of the time we need to pick all the parts and material, and then we'll be able to move the stock. Okay, means like once we have picked all the stock and then it reached at the staging area, then it'll start the loading. Because physically also, I'll show you here, physically also you'll see once the stock is reached here, they'll have a manual check also. Means like there'll be team of people. So here, people who will be doing the picking part and all, and above them there will be supervisor kind of a people will be there. They are warehouse supervisors. Okay, so what their main job is to observe, and then what are the parts or material which are picked, are they picked perfectly, or the complete staging is done, then they'll start the loading. Okay, so that's why most of the time we'll use this option only. Once the staging areas are defined in the system, then we have the staging area and door determination groups. Okay, means like the staging area, always we have seen here, Here the door, inbound door and adjacent to that one, and because we'll receive the parts and material from the inbound door, here you can see the transportation unit reached here to the inbound delivery door, and then we have unloaded the material and it has reached to the staging area. Okay, so that's where we'll have a staging area, and the door is like also, okay, inbound door and outbound door as there. So these three are very proportional to each other, very adjacent to each other. Like, okay, the transportation units arrive to the door, and then after the unloading, the parts and material is placed at the staging area. That way, we'll have a door staging area and a door determination group. Okay. That which we'll be configuring here. This is the configuration part for that. Okay. So then once you have these two, then further to that one, we go to the configuration as the door. Door is also created as a storage type. We'll defining the door here. Okay. So this has got door one, door three. For example, this door one, door two, door three. So most of the time you will see inbound separate door and outbound separate door as like this here. Here in this slide, so here when you see here, we have the inbound door and the outbound door. Okay, most of the time we'll have this one as an inbound door and this one as an outbound door. Okay, the facility, it is a facility at the warehouse level. It is an infrastructure which is created. Okay, once the infrastructure is like this, we can create as an inbound delivery door and outbound delivery. Supposed to be some of the cases in the business, they'll have the space constraint, because if this kind of facility, they'll have a need to have a space to turn around. I mean, they need to have either two parking spaces, inbound level separate and outbound level separate, or else if they have a facility to move the truck, turn around the warehouse like this. Okay, so in some of the apartments also you'll see like, I mean, the you can move around the car can move around the apartment, so they'll create such a space. Okay, otherwise it will be, means like if they have different doors, like one side you will be entering, one side you will be going out. In the same way, this inbound level and outbound level, and some of the warehouses will not have this facility, so then they'll be creating one door for the inbound and outbound. So both the inbound and outbound activities will be done from the same door. Okay, so that's where we have the three things in the system level. And you see here, we have the door one, door two, and door three. Door one is created as inbound and outbound. Okay, so and then we have the door two as a inbound, and then door three as a outbound. Okay, so this is nine. For this one, the staging area is assigned here directly. You can see for door to 9010. For door 3, this is the outbound one, that is 9020. Here we have defined the warehouse door, and as well as it has been assigned to the staging area, because both are adjacent to each other. The inbound door we have seen, and it is adjacent to the staging area 9010. The minute the parts and material gets unloaded from the inbound level, will reach to the staging area 9010. And door 3 outbound level, once we receive the stage the parts or material at 9020, then they'll go through the door outbound level to the transportation, inside the transportation unit. Okay, that's where we have the doors. Okay, so again we have here the door determination group is the staging area, and door determination group is assigned to the doors, inbound level door and outbound level door. Okay, it will have multiple kinds of and again you will see assigning the staging area at the door. This is multiply done. Okay, so this is door 2, door 3, 9010. We have already seen at the definition, but here multiple and 2 3 levels the configuration is done. Similar to the same, the door, inbound door is assigned to the staging area, inbound level staging area, and then outbound door is assigned to the outbound level staging area. Then further comes is the activity areas. This is like logically at the program level it is used the activity areas. Mainly physical level we have the storage type, storage sections, storage bins. Then further you have seen in the bin also I have shown you where it will maintain that one. For the activities are like which are done. That means which are the execution level jobs. Execution levels of jobs are like what are the activities which will be happening here at the warehouse. Here we have multiple activities are there. This is mainly internal movement will be there. Inventory will be there. Inventory we have discussed physical inventory, and then picking is the main activity, put away is the main activity, replenishment as I told you in the fixed bin level when they have to do the replenishment internally to move the stock from one bin to another bin. Okay, that is the replenishment. Okay, and then the posting changes. The stock category, like I mean, we have unrestricted, locked, and the quality stock. So that is when you do the stock changing, that is a posting change level. There are the multiple activities which are happening at the warehouse level. Okay. So for them will be I have defined the activities and then we'll define the activity area for them. So every warehouse we have seen it's been further bifurcated as the storage types and the storage sections and the storage types. So for the activities, what we have logically defined the what all the execution jobs will be happening is been bifurcated and then it's been given to the system as activities. And those for those all activities in the storage type in the say, warehouse level, we are creating activity area for the system to recognize this is activity which is happening and under the activity area means like we'll have the physical locations will be there. So here we have the 0001 as a physical inventory. This physical inventory means like here we have the total area as a physical inventory, and then we have 0010 high rack. It is an activity area for the storage type 0010 means like you will be creating the similar to the storage type only. Okay, and sometimes you'll be having the change also. Okay, anytime you have any changes you'll just copy and you can name it here according to the requirement. Okay, so and 0020 is activity area for the storage type 0020. Once we have defined the activity areas, then we'll assign the storage bins to the activity areas. Okay, in the storage bin we have seen, which is that means that particular bin is coming under that activity area. So here, if you see the 2900, the activity areas 0001 is assigned to the multiple storage types here because the physical inventory is the activity which will happen in all the storage types. Okay, we have created a physical inventory related activity as a physical inventory and the activity area as a 0001. We have assigned all the storage types under that one. Okay, means like after all the storage types related physical inventory which is coming under the activity area of 0001. And then further any of the activity area which we have created 0010, the activities related to the storage type, because we when once we mention the storage type and we have not given any further parameters here means like the bins under this 0010 all will come in the activity area 0010. If we try to give bifurcate it further, then you'll have these particular bins will come in this activity area, and then most of the time you'll have this kind of a thing wherein all the storage bins, once we give the storage type, all the bins will be coming under the activity area only. Okay. So this is the activity area level which we have the configuration there. Okay, then further we will be discussing on the product warehouse product which I have shown. I'll show you the warehouse product. This is logistics and the easy access extended warehouse management. Before also in the maybe in the second class I have shown you the product and how it moves and all. Okay, I'll show you all the things again. Product, here you'll see in the master data, you'll see the product here. Here we have two levels of the product is there. First, I'll open this one. This is the warehouse product menu. You see this one here, maintain the warehouse product. You're not creating here, you're just maintaining the product. Okay. So here, once I double click on this one, I have this product is available. Okay, you can see here. There are multiple, all the parts, that means which is already existing here. Okay. Then I'll show you. This is a global product. Okay, here you can see this is a global product. It's it is slash and slash SAP APO Matron. This is why this is coming is like when SAP has created Exchange Warehouse Management, SCM server is created. SCM server has got multiple modules in that one. As you all know, we have the Exchange Warehouse Management in it, Transportation Management is in it, and then we have EHS is there, and then we have the APO is there, multiple modules coming together in the SCM. So by that time they have created this transaction. While from when we move the data from the ERP level to the APO level or this SCM level, then this transaction will first get created. That is a global product, it is called that. Still in S4 HANA, the architecture is like, so once we have created the MM01 level product, it automatically moves to this level. Okay, so here you will not be able to do anything here. Okay, this is all like in the gray mode only. Whatever you have given at the MM01 level, MM01 level which you have created. Okay, this is MM03. Okay, so here once we have created the material here, it automatically flows here. It will be able to display the material at the global product level. Okay, then further you will go to the warehouse product maintenance next level transaction, and you will have a chance to do the, that means these are the warehouse views like product master level views, that is warehouse data. Mainly we use this data, warehouse data. In the next level, like when we discuss on the storage, that means inbound level goods receipt configuration, and then outbound level goods issue configuration, and then when we execute the inbound delivery level and outbound delivery level, you will see the importance of this particular warehouse data tab, wherein we have the fields which will be helpful, that means which will help the system in determining the source and the destination bins. Okay, so these are the three tabs which are in use. Okay, so which you will be maintaining. That means that you can add the data in that one. Okay, otherwise in other bins you will not be able to add any other data. Here I'll show you. So here, the material master of the warehouse product. There are two extended warehouse management specific warehouse management views, WM execution and WM packing. Those two views I'll show you, which will be maintained at the ERP level. So here, these are the two views which will be maintained when we have the extended warehouse management is there. It will have the details, WM execution and WM packing. Okay. Here one more point I want to mention is like, so when we have the centralized warehouse management is in use, there are other views. There are WM view 1 and WM view 2. Okay, they just look like this. So they are not required to maintain when you are with the Action warehouse management. This is the warehouse number it will ask like. So supposed to be the plant is warehouse is. Here you will not be maintaining these things. Okay. The warehouse views WM1, WM2 are not required. Only WM execution and WM packing is required. These two are the views which are maintained. This data, whatever you maintain here entirely, whatever is there, it will flow here. It will directly flow to the global transaction. This is a global data, SAP API. Okay. Here, the material master is transferred to the decentralized SAP EWM through CIM, and the product is created at the global level. Okay. So here, and the normally when you have a decentralized means like as a standalone server or with the SCM server, if it is there, you will have this one. Means like through CIM. I have initially itself I have shown you the slide that says that no core interface. In S4 HANA, the core interface is eliminated. In the next line, we will see this one. There is no need to transfer the master data through CIM for embedded extended warehouse management. Okay, then when the material is created in S4 HANA, the product at the global level gets created automatically, can be viewed in transaction SAP FU MAD1. So once we have created in the MM01, once it is saved, then automatically it will flow to this transaction. This is a global transaction wherein you'll see this hat icons means like they are flowing the data. The data is flown from the ERP level to here. You will not be able to change anything here. You will not be able to resolve grain. Okay. So the relevant values from the material mass data of S4 HANA are read directly and then populated in relevant fields of the global product. The fields for global use are in display mode to maintain the consistency when the S4HANA and the EWM is divided. Values of fields are to be maintained in S4HANA. So when we have the hat icons like okay, so here we'll be able to manage in the, as I have shown you, we have the three views which we'll be able to maintain at the product level is warehouse data and sorting and the storage type level. Okay. This is the data. Okay. In the mainly in the product level which we have to see this one, there is no need of transfer mass data through CIM. This is the biggest change which happened at the material master level. That means the product master level at the exchange warehouse management. Earlier, what was happening is like once they have created this one, there is another transaction which they have to do. That is like they used to create a model. This CFMI create integration model. This integration model is created, then only they'll be able to move the material to the master data to the action warehouse management system or SCM level. Then at the global product level, the data will be created and then there is a separate team there. So now we have the elimination that there is only one team is enough. Say supposed to be the pair. Once we have that team, because in S4 HANA you'll have only one master data team is enough. Earlier scenario is like we have a separate server with ERP, separate server with SCM, and one more thing is like the technicality and the functional level and the knowledge level also. The difference at the SCM server is different and the ERP server is different. Okay. So then what was happening is like the ERP level team will create the MM01 and then they'll create the integration model and then it will reach to the SCM server and then they'll create the global product. From there, the relative modules like an exchange warehouse management, they'll be creating their product. Okay. So it is a must, lot of job is there, lot of things which need to be done there. So multiple teams are maintained. Okay. So here one team is enough. One team will be doing all this job. Once they have created here, it is automatically there is nothing to do, and then automatically it is flowing here. Okay, and then once it is flown to here, then you will directly able to create the warehouse maintenance, and then whatever the data related to the warehouse data type will automatically will be created. Okay, so this is what is the biggest change which came at the uh, product maintenance, product master level. It really impacts. That means it gives a lot of advantage to the business. But come from the earlier is how it is done. Okay, so the biggest advantage in the return of investment which will come is like they'll directly reduce the resources for working on the mass data level at the both the servers. Okay, the team size at both the server ERP and SCM or extended warehouse management data where mass data team size is getting reduced. They are saving the user level cost there. And then the issues which are coming up because of the mass data level. Because of the mass data level, you will see multiple issues were happening. For example, they have created this one, this material, and then which is not flown to the extended warehouse management, then you will not see this product here. Okay. So then what was happening is like ERP level, they have created the inbound delivery or outbound delivery and it is not flown to the extended warehouse management because the material is not created. Okay, then automatically it will throw an error. It will get stuck in the queue. Once it got stuck in the queue, then the team will monitor and they'll see that this particular has an issue. So then they'll get that the particular material is not created is causing for the error that it's not flowing to the exchange warehouse management. Then they'll try to integrate, that means they'll try to speak to the people master the team at the ERP level and ask them to move the data through the core interface, and then once it reached here, then the SCM master data team has to create the global product, then the EWM master data team will create the EWM product, and then it was able to move. So there is a huge task which is happening and it's causing a lot of issue to the business and the delivery will get stuck and then business will have a lot of impact if any delivery got done. So those all things which will get eliminated because of this CRF change is one of the very big changes which is done at the exchange warehouse management embedded in the S4 HANA level. Further to that. So at the structure level, we have completed all the things, and then further we try to see the goods receipt level process. Goods receipt level process means like once we have created an inbound delivery or the inbound delivery level, we have the certain configuration which will be working in determining the source and the destination storage type. Okay, so we have at the there is a key thing at the extended warehouse management in determining the source and destination storage type. Source at the inbound delivery level and destination at the outbound delivery level. Say suppose to be we have in the inbound delivery system has to determine the source storage type from where to pick the parts and material. For that one we have a configuration here. We have the warehouse process type. Okay, so warehouse process type will help the system in determining the source storage. That is the main thing at the warehouse process type level. For that we have the warehouse process type level configuration is also there. Okay, so warehouse process type is somewhat similar to the warehouse movement type at the warehouse management level. In the centralized warehouse management level, we see that the IM level storage movement types are mapped to the WM level movement types, and then based on the movement type system will determine most of the things. Okay, but it is not exactly the same, but it is a kind of a similar kind of, because the warehouse process type in the extended warehouse management has nothing to do with the that means it's not directly, we are not mapping anything of related to the IM level movements, but system automatically that means system will determine the warehouse process type based on the warehouse process type level. It will determine the source storage type. Okay, so how the source storage type is determined, how the warehouse, that means for that system has to determine the warehouse process type first. Okay, so it controls the movement of products within the warehouse, where WPT means the warehouse process type, and it is linked to the warehouse number and the availability group. Warehouse process type is determined at the item level of the delivery. This determination part we will see now. How this first we will understand the warehouse process type and how the configuration is done, and then further to that one how the warehouse process type determination part will be there. Okay. So here in the system when we see here we have the, for example, this is the warehouse process type. So when we see here warehouse number and the warehouse process type 1010, it is a put away warehouse process type. It has the warehouse process type categories there. For example, here we have multiple that main process are like put away and stock remove. Okay, so put away one process category is like warehouse process type category is one, that is put away, which we are creating this warehouse process type is created for the put away level. Okay, and then we have the activity, we have seen the activities which we have created. Okay, in the we are assigning the activity which for the warehouse process type level. This is the this particular warehouse process type 1010 is assigned to the putable level activity. Further to that, we have the source storage type which we will be placing in the warehouse process type. This process type means like this is for the inbound level. Inbound level process type will have the source storage type and the destination source bin. Okay, source storage type is 9010 and CRJ. As like when we receive the parts or material, first the parts or material will reach to the 9010 here. The system will determine the source storage type based on the warehouse process type in the 1010. So for that we need to understand how the system will determine the warehouse process type. We have multiple warehouse process type. This is one of the warehouse process type. Most of the time, this the 1010, 1011, or 1013. These three you will see. Okay. So and one more thing is like these warehouse process types are the standard ones. Okay. Most of the time you will see the business will be using the standard storage type warehouse process types only, because it's like in the IM level also you will see the IM level movement types like 101, 261, 601. These are all the standard 561. These are all the standard ones. We will not try to, that means any business will not try to change them. Okay. These are the standard ones. In the same way in the extended warehouse management also you will see most of the time these are the standard ones. Okay. So here we have the same similar things. Okay. And then we have 1013, whichever you use, like most of the time we'll be using this 1010 or 13 1010. So one more thing is like when one means like when process type starting with one is inbound level, and process type starting with two is the outbound level. That is one of the thing thumb rulers you'll able to understand that if starting with one means like it is inbound level, and starting with two means like the outbound level. Okay. Then further, once we have this one, then we have a put away control indicator is, no sorry, Teho's process type determination indicator is there. Okay. We will be creating the defining the determination indicator, process type determination. Yeah, see here today Sriram might not be taking the class, he's not feeling well. So I'll be taking the complete class today so that we'll be able to finish that means I'll be able to complete the class related to the last class also. So that I'll take further another 15-20 minutes like. Okay, so Sriram will not be taking the class today. Okay, so further we have the warehouse process time, that means determination indicator. Warehouse process type determination indicators are there. For example, here we have created 0102. Okay. So the determination indicator is like which will help the system to determine the warehouse process type. It will be placed at the in the determination process type. In the process type you will see here. These are the parameters which system will consider in determining the warehouse process type. For example, here we have any two is also enough. For example, warehouse number and the inbound delivery. Okay, these two, if they're met with the, okay, once we have the inbound delivery and the warehouse is there, then automatically system will determine 1010. So here it is for here also we in the inbound and outbound level I have shown you which is a, complex inbound and which is a simple inbound. Okay, so when it is a simple inbound, most of the time you will have this 1010. This 1010 is used for the simple process that I'll show you how it will be. Here we have the simple inbound and complex inbound. When it is a simple inbound, when we have received the parts of product here and directly moving it here. Okay. So in such cases, your 1010 will be useful. 1010 is mostly used for the simple inbound process. Okay. And 1013 is some of the process like it will be used for the complex inbound process. Like. Okay. So in 1013 you will see that we have the process type determination indicator is also playing a role. Once it is a 02 is the where process type determination indicator, then you have this 1013 is determined. So actually there are five parameters according to the system: warehouse number, document type, item type, delivery priority, and process type determination. Most of the time, that means in the simple inbounds, these two parameters are enough to determine the warehouse process type. Further to that, if we have the process type determination indicator is also created, and then we will determine the 101. So now we will see and understand where this warehouse the process type determination is placed and system how the system will pick the process type determination indicator and then it will reach to this table. Okay. So here in the material we have in the warehouse data tab we have the process type determination indicator is there. Okay. This process type determination indicator whatever according to the warehouse we can keep that one. Okay. So the process type determination indicator is placed here. System will read because in the main once we have it is created the material is there. Once it has identified the product and the product it will reach to this field in the warehouse data tab and from here it will pick the process type determination indicator. There are two scenarios. One is like either the process type determination indicator is placed in the warehouse data tab in the product master, or else there'll be nothing. That means it's blank. Means like once we have supposed to be in the 1010 process type we have seen process type determination indicator is not maintained. By the time there is nothing, right? There is nothing. System will reach to this table and then system will determine that this is 1010. It will take the two parameters and then it will match with this one and it will place in the warehouse task. And then here when we have this inbound delivery, it has got the process type determine if it sees the uh, process type determination indicator in the warehouse data tab and then it will reach here and then it will place it in the process type determination indicator tab and then he'll search related to that with the parameters of three parameters warehouse number, document type and the cost and determination indicator and then it will pick the 101. Okay. This is how the determination process will be there. Okay. And I'll show you where you will see in the inbound delivery also. I'll open the inbound delivery. Send the warehouse. Inbound delivery. So in this inbound delivery, you have the task created. So in the task, you can see the warehouse process type is placed here. Okay. Once in the inbound delivery, once we create the put away task, system will create the task and then in the task we will see the warehouse process type here. Okay. Once system will pick the warehouse process type based on the warehouse process type 1013, it will try to pick the further source storage type. The main job of the that means system will do the part like this. First, system will determine the warehouse process type. Based on the warehouse process type, system will determine the source storage type. That is one of the main thing. See, in any task and in any creation of the warehouse task means like it has there is a source storage type and there is a destination storage type. The source storage type is where we pick the parts of material and then destination storage type where we place the stock. So source storage type it has determined as 9010. Once I'll show you the slide how it works. This is storage type determination. In this one, now we have seen the warehouse process type. We have defined the warehouse process type, and then we in the master product master we have seen both the scenarios. If the warehouse product the process type determination is not indicated, then it will determine 101. Then if the process type determination is indicator is placed, then it has determined the 101. Okay. In the task we have seen the process type determination indicator is placed. Then it has determined 1013. Okay. In the parameters for determining the warehouse cost type or warehouse type, document type, and the item type, and delivery priority and the product. There are five parameters, but any two are sufficient to pick the or determine the warehouse cost type. And if the third one, product master, is maintained in the warehouse data type, we should maintain the cross type determination indicator, then you have the that means it will determine the warehouse cross type. Based on the warehouse cross type, we have the storage type maintained in the warehouse process type as a source storage type. This one will determine from there. That I'll show you here in the warehouse. So it is warehouse process type is we define at the SPRO extend warehouse management cross-process settings, warehouse task. In the warehouse task, here we have defined the warehouse cost. Now we'll see the cost type 101. Here we have this 109010 is maintained here. Okay. Once system has determined 1013 in the task, then it has picked the source storage type and the source storage bin from here and placed in the task. Okay. So it has placed in the source storage type and the source storage bin in the task. Okay, the next level is like determining the destination storage type and the destination storage bin. This process will be there at the goods receipt level. We have a configuration at the goods receipt level and the strategies. This will work on the next class, and then once we complete the complete configuration part, I'll show you with an executed transaction, and then completely then we'll understand the inbound delivery configuration and then the goods issue level configuration, goods receipt level configuration, and then we'll execute the inbound delivery. Okay, then you will have a clear idea how the inbound delivery is processing, how it is flowing. These all things we'll discuss. How it will flow from the ERP to the extended warehouse management, and then how the processing will happen at the inbound delivery level, and then we'll execute the inbound delivery so that we have a clear idea. Okay, so in the next class we'll discuss on the goods receipt process. We'll see the configuration related to the determination of the destination storage type. Okay, and then we'll see the complete delivery, and then what is the flow in the inbound delivery process at the extended warehouse management level, and how the task is getting created under the task, what is the warehouse what is created. These all things we'll discuss, and then we'll discuss on the flow from ERP to the extended warehouse management. Okay, then we'll see a completed delivery with the impact of the configuration, how it is flowing from the ERP to the extended warehouse management, and then how we are processing it here, what is the configuration of the impact of the configuration, and then we understand completely, then we create the new inbound delivery and we'll see how it's flowing, and we we execute the transaction. Okay, then we'll see the clear understanding of the inbound delivery process the next class. Okay, so any concerns for today?
No, Sriram.
Yeah.
No, no, it's fine.
Okay, okay. So we'll meet in the next class and we'll discuss further on the inbound delivery processing. Okay. So thank you all.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you.